The sleepy island of Koh Tao. Wow, this island is so much more than just a place that you come and get PADI certified because of the really cheap prices to do so. This Thai island is so unique to everywhere else in Thailand in that it's so laid back. Everyone's super cool. There's like a really chill vibe about the place. It's got a much younger crowd, and also the food scene's pretty cool. It's got like a LA influenced breakfast style, like smoothie, matcha, chia seeds, flaxseed, whole thing going on. Really cool. Now, undoubtedly, Koh Tao has some of the best diving and snorkeling spots in the whole of Thailand. And in this video, I'm gonna share them with you along with some of the best beaches, the best viewpoints, and the best things to do when you come to Koh Tao. So, without further ado, let's get into the top 5 things to do in Koh Tao. Now, first on that list is going snorkeling. No trip to Koh Tao is complete without a trip snorkeling because it has some of the best snorkeling places in the whole of Thailand. Now, there are around 9 main snorkeling spots in Koh Tao that you should really consider, but we were fortunate enough to go to 3 of probably the best ones. That was Shark Bay, Ao Luk, and Hin Wong. There are many different snorkeling excursions that are available, and I will link some of the best ones in the video description below that I trust. But the one that we went on was actually organized by the Hard Tien Resort, which is where we were staying. Now, the Hard Tien Resort is actually connected to Shark's Bay, so we were fortunate enough to have that on our doorstep. Shark Bay gets its name because it is known as the place in Koh Tao that you can actually see blacktip reef sharks if you're lucky, and also the sea turtles. Unfortunately, we didn't see them in our 2-day trip, but this is the place to do it. Our snorkeling trip started there, then we head over to Ao Luk. And for me, this was the most amazing place because it was crystal clear water. We saw parrotfish, zebrafish, sardines, just so many different fish. The coral was multicolored and it was just beautiful. We then made our way over to Hin Wong Bay, which has a lovely snorkeling area as well, and one that you absolutely must go to. Now, on this snorkeling trip, they actually took us to what I consider as being the best thing to do in Koh Tao, and that is a visit to Nang Yuan Island. Now, Nang Yuan Island is a collection of 3 islands which are connected by this sandbank, and it is absolutely stunning there. It has some really shallow water for you to go snorkeling. There's also a beach where there's some, recliners, so you can hire one of those and just chill for an afternoon on the beach, and the water is super still on one side, and that is because it is sheltered by these islands. Now, it can get really busy, but fortunately, because we went on a private tour, there was practically no one else on that one stretch of beach, so we were able to get some amazing photos. And with the short 15-minute hike to the top, which is really well paved, we were able to get some breathtaking views, and personally some of the best views that I've ever seen in my whole of my trip to Thailand. It was absolutely stunning from up there, and honestly, I can really highly recommend you guys making sure that you go to Nang Yuan Island. No trip to Koh Tao is complete without doing it. Just make sure you add this to your list. Now, it is very clean there, and that is because you're not allowed to smoke there. You're not allowed any plastic bottles on the island. So if you do want to buy any drinks or get some food, there is one restaurant to do so. Prices are obviously going to be a little bit higher, but also if you want to stay on this beautiful, idyllic little island in Koh Tao, just outside of it even, there is one resort that you can do that as well. Next up, number 3. You have to hire a scooter in Koh Tao. Public transport is really not an option. Taxis, there are very few of them, and it's also going to be very expensive to do that. Koh Tao really is a place that you go and pick up a scooter and just visit things on your own watch, depending on the weather, and just chill at beautiful beaches and go and see some amazing viewpoints. But I have to stress to you guys, some of the best viewpoints on the island have some pretty dodgy roads that you're gonna have to get through to get to them. And when I say dodgy roads, I mean really steep, not paved, so a little bit muddy, and personally, I wouldn't suggest some of the viewpoints simply because on a wet day especially, you've got a really high risk of falling, slipping, and hurting yourself. I don't think it's worth it, personally, to see some of maybe the better viewpoints if it's going to risk you hurting yourself. Also, make sure if you do hire a scooter, have an international driving permit. It costs £5.50 in the UK from many post offices. It's going to save you if you do get pulled over, having a hefty fine, having to pay off one of the police officers, which can cost 1,000, 2,000 baht. But scooter hire on the island should only cost you around 300 baht for a day. And you know, we hired the scooters from a place which was only a 10-minute walk from the Hard Tiana Resort. Really convenient, really easy, and absolutely the way that you need to get around on Koh Tao. Next up, number 4 on that list, it is visit some of the viewpoints in Koh Tao. Now, we picked up our scooters and head north away from the rain in the south, and we made our way over to Sunset Viewpoint. Now, Sunset Viewpoint, understandably, is probably better to see the sunset and go during sunset time, but it was equally as beautiful during the day when we went there. There was lots of hammocks for you to just chill out, relax, and also when you pay your entry to go up there, you can buy some drinks, maybe a beer if you are going at sunset, and it's just a really chill, relaxing place to enjoy just some stunning views. I can highly recommend Sunset Viewpoint. Now, just a little bit further on your scooter, we'll take you up to High Rock Viewpoint. This is, in my opinion, maybe a little bit more beautiful just because it's a little higher up. And also there's like a tree house that the guys that run it have built there. It's only 50 baht, and with that you get a drink. You can either buy a Coke, water, whatever else. And yeah, it was just absolutely stunning up here. Now there is actually one further third viewpoint called Mango Viewpoint, which you can get to on the same route. But to be honest, we bailed on it just because it had been a little bit wet. The roads were just too dodgy. They weren't well paved. I was starting to slip and slide on my scooter a bit because, you know, when you're accelerating going upwards, I was feeling it skidding. And guys, I cannot stress you enough, if it feels too dangerous, don't do it. The guy at the bike rental shop did say when people go up to Mango Viewpoint, there's around a 70–80% injury rate. People fall over, people crash, and personally, I could see it about to happen in my case, so I just decided to abort mission and head back. But I will list right here some of the other top viewpoints that you guys need to check out if you have a really sunny day in Koh Tao. Next on the list, it is the best nightlife in Koh Tao. Go and do the Koh Tao Pub Crawl. Guys, I had never done a pub crawl in my life, as crazy as that sounds. But we were stopped on our way through Sari Beach, and this lovely lady sold us these tickets for 600 baht to that evening's pub crawl. Now, the reason why we were sold by it is because you get a lot of value in that. You get a free t-shirt, you get access to 3 different shows, and you get discounts throughout the night. So for that 600 baht, you get your t-shirt and you start at this place called AC Bar, which has some snooker tables, and you get a free welcome bucket and some shots there. So already you're off to a good start. Then we headed over to a cabaret ladyboy show, and even though I've been in Thailand for 3 weeks, this was my first ladyboy show we went to, and actually it was a lot of good crack. It was really funny. People were having a wicked time. They got some of the lads out to do dances with them, and everybody was just getting pissed at this point, and it was so much fun actually. So had a lot of fun there, and it was private for us because we were part of the pub crawl. Then after that, there is a fire show, which is at Lotus Bar, which was unfortunately cancelled, so we didn't get to see it. But, you know, on Sari Beach, there are many different bars where you can see many different fire shows, and these are very, very famous in Thailand. If you go to Thailand, you need to see a fire show, and that's included in the pub crawl normally. Then we went to another bar, Havana Bar, then Diva Bar, which was amazing because there was a live performance, a singer there who was incredibly talented. And then we continued on to a place called Bougie Bar, Fishbowl, and somewhere else. We literally hit all of the main spots that I'd actually written down anyway to see and do the nightlife of Sari. So guys, if you do want to have a good night out, you want to feel safe, you're on your own maybe, you're going to meet lots of like-minded tourists, youngsters that are in the same boat as you, and honestly, I had so much fun. It was really good crack, met some great people, got drunk. But again, to get home, I would strongly suggest organizing with your hotel a private taxi. We paid about 400 baht there and 400 baht back, 800 baht for a round trip. And we had the flexibility to call our driver and get picked up when we wanted to head out. Now, number 6 is going to be a bonus, and that is visiting the beaches in Koh Tao. This list would not be complete without doing some of the beaches in Koh Tao, because of course Koh Tao has probably some of the best beaches in the whole of Thailand. But unfortunately, when we went, the weather wasn't on our side, so we didn't make that a priority. But first on that list, you have to visit Nang Yuan Island. The beaches there, among the best beaches that I'd ever seen in my entire life. There's actually only one stretch of beach, well, 2 stretches, but unbelievably stunning, so beautiful, crystal clear water, and a great place to go snorkeling. Second is Sari Beach. This is a long stretch of the main town/city, the touristy area. It's just a really long stretch of beach. You know, if you're looking to enjoy some water sports, enjoy some bars and restaurants and cafes that you can just chill at. We actually ate at this great place called Breeze, which had some good, like, sort of LA inspired dishes, some wraps, some so just some nice foods. You're gonna get that at Sari Beach. And last on that list for the beach would be Shark Bay. And this is actually connected to the Hard Tien Resort. It's got some paddleboarding, some kayaking, some snorkels that you can actually hire from the Hard Tien Resort. Obviously we were staying there, so we have free access. If you do just want to visit for the day, you do have to pay entry. I think it's about 100 baht, but definitely check out the Hard Tien Resort's beach just because it is connected to Shark's Bay. And if you're lucky enough, you might see a shark or a sea turtle. And there you guys have it. That is a list of the top 5 things with a bonus 1 that you have to do when you visit Koh Tao. So if you do these things, your trip to Koh Tao will be complete. Again, you don't have to go to Koh Tao and just expect to do a PADI certification diving course. That being said, I absolutely love Koh Tao, and if you follow this list of things to do, you absolutely will also. Again, there's going to be links in the video description of many of these things that I've suggested in this video, so if you want to book those with full confidence, use the links in the video description. And if you have enjoyed it, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for the weekly uploads, and also hit that bell button so you get notified for them. And also, let me know in the comments if I've missed anything off this list. What is your favorite thing to do in Koh Tao? But as always, I will see you guys in the next one.